Hey friends, welcome back. Today I wanted to talk about how we are all already master manifestors and we don't necessarily need to learn techniques as to how to manifest, and just sort of how I have come to this perspective and how I find it to be really empowering in this epic and mysterious human experience. But before we get into it, if you are enjoying these fun and practical conversations on the human experience, please subscribe to this channel to support its growth. So, with that said, let's jump right in. So, we are all already master manifestors. So, what do I mean by that? So, from my perspective, and just based upon my own experience and years and years of spiritual research and just research on the human experience, I have come to the conclusion that based upon our habitual thought patterns, the thoughts that we are constantly entertaining and allowing to enter the powerful programming system of our mind, and how we are constantly defining our feelings, because our heart is a very powerful magnet. It creates a magnetic field around our physical body, and there's so much research behind this. I encourage you to do your own research just to get a better idea of the science behind the magnetic force and the magnetic field of the heart. So, with that all said, the thoughts and our feelings that we are habitually entertaining is constantly manifesting our external environment. Now, what is manifesting? What is the definition of manifesting? Manifesting is a demonstration or a display. It's something along those lines, the literal definition of manifesting. So, or a manifestation. So it's rather a simple definition. It's not necessarily something that is designated to esoteric or mystical spiritual thinking. It is just demonstration or a display on the three-dimensional reality, in the three-dimensional plane. So, with that said, going back to the programming system of our mind and our heart, they are constantly emitting frequencies into the quantum field. Now, I've talked about this extensively in my other videos, but through various fields of research, we have come to discover that there is a universal energy field that is permeating everything in our three-dimensional reality, including our bodies. So this universal energy field in science is referred to as the quantum field. I refer to it by a lot of different names: universal creative energy field, God force energy, life force energy. But this force is something that we have scientifically discovered, and we are not separate from it, and nor can we ever be. We are saturated in it. We are a part of it. Now, this is all very mysterious. I should caveat all of this by saying that this universal energy field, this quantum field, is so mysterious. It continues to baffle and mystify our leading scientists. And it's just something we have discovered. Science, in and of itself, is a language that we have developed as these powerful human creatures in order to make sense of this overwhelmingly mysterious human experience, ultimately. And from my perspective, science shouldn't be something that is elitist or reserved just for a few individuals who really understand the language. It, at its core, should be a a language, a school of thought, however you want to define it. It should be something that is for everyone in humanity, and it should be an endeavor that is meant to empower us and to help us make sense of this mysterious human experience. So, that was all a caveat to say that, again, this is all from my own experience. And I do approach this as law in my own life. And I like to just share these perspectives for those who don't necessarily have a approach to how life operates. So these are all caveats before I really get into how I believe our mind and our heart are interacting, constantly interacting with the quantum field, with this creative energy field, and feeding it information. And it is always informing the quantum field, this mysterious creative energy field, how to arrange our lives. So it is constantly informing the quantum field what to attract or repel from our own individual experiences, from our own personal realities. So, this word, our personal realities, from my perspective, is shaped by our personality, which is our habitual thought patterns, our character, and how we respond, our reactions to the things that we are attracting or repelling into our lives. So, all of that said, to me, this all is the formula of how we are already master manifestors. We are always and constantly manifesting our external reality based upon our personalities. And which a major part of that is our habitual thought patterns, which is immediately in this exact moment in time within each and every one of our authorities to control. We are the gatekeepers of our mind. Of course, this takes time, it takes practice, it takes consistency, and it takes a certain level of patience and gentleness. But we all absolutely have access to this. And it's hard work at first. It's definitely something that is uncomfortable at first. If you have gone your whole entire life not ever investigating your thought patterns and not investigating feelings, emotions that have just been sitting stagnant within your internal programming systems, there is a level of discomfort at first when you take on this responsibility of turning your attention inward, when you are observing these thoughts and observing these feelings, because we have gone so long identifying ourselves as being these thoughts and these feelings. And a lot of them are rooted in very intense past traumas and failures. But once you do this with consistency and with a certain amount of patience and gentleness and tenderness for yourself, that discomfort will start to dissolve. And what you will replace it with will be curiosity and playfulness and lovingness and excitement. You have absolutely will reach a point in which it is exciting. It's exciting to have this revelation that you are the master of your fate, of your destiny, because you are the gatekeeper of your mind. And there's something to be said about conscious manifestation. And I think that is what is the hot topic in, the esoteric, mystical, spiritual world. And I think that everybody sort of puts it all under one umbrella of manifestation, where we are all already manifesting. And I believe the power in having a playful and fun relationship with this power of constantly manifesting is understanding how it works. So it's not, from my perspective, again, from my own experience, it's not necessarily about learning techniques as to how to manifest because you're already doing it. The power is in understanding how you are already doing it. And again, it's based upon your habitual thought patterns and how you are defining the things that you are feeling that is constantly informing the quantum field, that mysterious and powerful creative energy field that is permeating, saturating, maintaining everything in the three-dimensional reality. You are constantly informing it what kind of people, places, things, and conditions to be attracting or repelling into your life based upon your habitual thought patterns and how you are defining your feelings. So, yeah, there's just so much conversation out there about manifesting and different techniques to manifest. And I really think that many of those conversations more so fall into the bucket of conscious manifestation, which I personally am still on this journey of conscious manifestation. There have been so many things in my journey since I've had this profound sense of spiritual awareness, which was 7 years ago, that I have consciously manifested. But there's so many caveats that come with conscious manifestation, such as we really have to manage our expectations when it comes to consciously manifesting things. It's a part of this game, though. It's a part of the game of life. I'm not discounting conscious manifestation. I'm not saying it's wrong. I just know that there's a really large, um, there's a specific word for this, but it's just possible to really set yourself up for disappointment because there is a gestation period for everything that we want to intentionally manifest. And just like there's a gestation period with anything that manifests in nature, such as pregnancy, for instance, is a good one. There is a set amount of time in which it takes to manifest a human baby, an elephant baby, a dog baby. It's all different, but there is a certain amount of time in which it takes to manifest that new life. And we know that, we accept it, we don't resist it. We're not pregnant for 4 months and we say, let's just take it out and see how it goes. Like, we would never intentionally do that because we know how long it takes. And we know that that time that we have is meant for us to prepare in order for that manifestation of the new life to reveal itself into the three-dimensional. Just like, or when we plant a seed in the ground, we don't constantly dig it up to see if it's growing. We know that there is a gestation period for when the seed goes into the ground and when it manifests into whatever plant it's meant to manifest into. And we know that, we accept it, we don't resist it. And the same goes with our conscious, intentional manifestations, but that is a trickier game. I know it's absolutely possible to get to a place where you have zero resistance when you set an intention to consciously manifest a specific thing. And from there, it's about letting go. It's about not attempting to control how it's going to manifest and when it's going to manifest, and accepting the gestation period, not resisting it, accepting it, and knowing that that time in between is meant for you to prepare to receive the thing and for you to be able to receive it and for it to be able to stick, if that makes sense. Because if we push, pull, and force something to manifest in our lives before we are ready for it, odds are it won't stick around for very long. I have proven that to myself before. And so, yeah, that's a whole other entire conversation of conscious manifestation. It's exciting. It's a part of this human experience since it is something we have access to as these powerful human instruments. I accept it as a part of this epic experience, this epic journey. But ultimately, on the day to day, on the quality of your life, you are already a master manifester. And the trick is, the power is in knowing how you are already manifesting everything in your life already and what that means. So, if you are in a constant loop of undesirable circumstances, odds are you are allowing yourself to entertain toxic, limiting, depleting thought patterns. Because if you accept those things to be true in your personal reality, they will manifest. This power is like our own personal genie. It will manifest whatever it is informed. If you're constantly informing it based upon toxic, depleting, destructive thought patterns, because you, with every fiber of your being, believe that to be true about your reality, it is 100% what you will experience. And I've talked about this before, though. It is easier for this force to manifest upon life affirming, productive, healing, nourishing, positive thought patterns, because that is more aligned to its natural state versus depleting and destructive. It seeks to be constructive. It seeks to thrive and to flourish. It seeks harmony. It seeks alignment. We observe that in nature. We observe that in the universe. That is its natural state. So when it even gets a little bit of an opening within a human instrument that is riddled with destructive and toxic thoughts, even if there is one little glimmer of something that is life affirming and constructive, it will manifest that rapidly in that human's personal reality, because it's easier for it to do that versus manifest destructive, toxic, limiting experiences. When we're in that state, when we are allowing those types of thought patterns to constantly be running nonstop within our systems, we exhaust ourselves. We exhaust our human instrument, and life becomes just a constant hardship, something that we don't want to experience. But once you understand and you accept, this is something that you have to personally embrace. Life is all about perspectives. I've talked about this extensively in other videos. Life is all about perspectives, and this is a perspective. And I just really enjoy sharing these perspectives because I find them to be so empowering and so healing. But ultimately, it is up to the individual how they are choosing their perspectives, what perspectives they are choosing, and what relationship they are choosing to have with life. And I absolutely understand when your external environment is riddled with hardship and suffering and just things that are undesirable. It definitely takes a lot of courage, and it takes a lot of effort on the internal to transcend what's happening on your external, but to come from a place of knowing that you have the ability to rearrange your external environment, your external reality based upon your internal state. There's so much power in that. And again, these are just perspectives that I have come to. These are conclusions that I have come to based upon my own experience. And I just find them to be so empowering, so healing, and just so exciting, and helps to weave in a genuine layer of enthusiasm for life, knowing that you, as this human instrument, this human creature, you're cooperating, you are co-creating with that universal creative energy field, with that life force, God force energy, that quantum field. That's what you are here to do. That's what we are all here to do. So, yeah, I just wanted to drop this message in case it resonates with somebody out there and just motivates them and excites them about the power that lives within them and the human potential. So, yeah, the moral of this video was you are already a master manifester. There's not necessarily a technique that you need to learn, just really how this power functions. So, yeah, if you have any questions at all, please feel free to leave them below. I am the most grateful that you dropped by. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and I will catch you in the next one.